What's up, everybody? Just doing some interesting news from the world of the dissident white nationalist politics. Most interestingly has got to be Cantwell getting out of prison. There's a lot of crazies in this space, but Cantwell's got to be the most unhinged dude, or like he's the most unhinged dude. As far as like, not being able to control himself emotionally and crying. And then, of course, he was so out of control and fun to fuck with that the Bowl Patrol went after him. And, of course, that's what precipitated him somehow getting sentenced to prison. And so he just got out. I actually went in his chat, was trolling a little bit, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't start live streaming again. That's kind of like what sent you to the joint to begin with. Maybe you should, I don't know, get a job as Santa Claus. Something cheerful, something not hateful. But he wasn't having it. So he's going to start doing shows. I don't know if I would watch it, but I want to see some clips of that. I want to see some vintage Cantwell spurring out about something, talking about prison life, etc., etc. I'm sure that'll be interesting. Another thing that was interesting, this probably isn't talked about that much, but Cultured Thug started a, quote, political party. Yeah, we'll put that in quotation marks. A political party. It was called New Horizon, I believe, or like, I got the name wrong. I mean, that's how unnotable it was. Like, I don't even remember the name of it. It's like New Horizons or something like this. And he's well known for having these long ass streams, getting drunk. I mean, like long fucking streams, 3, 4, 5, 7 hours, just huge group chat. He did that like with Politically Provoked. He did it on his own show. Oh yeah, New Horizons, which was run by Cultured Thug and the infamous Angelo John Gage. Or John Angelo Gage, whatever. He's the other guy that I always say is like the craziest fucking dude in this space. But he's a little bit different from... He's crazy in a different way than Cantwell. Cantwell is like more emotional, can't control his emotions, where John Angelo Gage just gets more upset. So, I don't know. You can make the case one is crazier than the other. But I'd say John Angelo Gage is the craziest. And then Cantwell is like the most emotional. Something like that. But believe me, they're both crazy, like have crazy to spare. Anyway, that was the guy who ran this, quote, political party. Yeah. With Cultured Thug. And so this long ass stream, and he's basically going off on his guys. They're like, why am I wasting my time with this fucking bullshit? Like, I'm well known. I could be making money on my own and actually doing shit. So, surprise, surprise, a white nationalist political party bites the dust and was a complete bust. Who could have seen that one coming? It's a smaller... It's like a smaller preview of what's going to happen with National Justice Party. How the National Justice Party ends, that's going to be probably a lot more entertaining. But anyway, I wish I went out and clipped this. Like, I love clipping shit because you can actually witness it for real. But I just don't have enough time to clip everything. Like, there's so much shit to clip out there, but I just can't do it all. But it was on the New Horizons page. It's now privated, so it's kind of lost to history, but it was like 5-7 hours of him getting drunk, going off on his guys. There was one point where he starts, I got to see this part where he's like, we need to be killing our enemies. We need to be killing our enemies. Yeah, it was something to behold. You know, why these guys fail at everything, including political organizing, I don't know. It's just lost on me. We'll have to see what comes next for political organizing and for Culture Thug. And the other interesting tidbit of news is Thomas Sewell lost his court case. He was convicted for assault or whatever the fuck they charged him with. Yeah, not too surprising, right? The Zog court system is going to strike down, you know, the Nazi who was, of course, acting in self-defense, and on his way home, he was walking on his way home from choir practice when, you know, the Zogbot assaulted him, or assaulted his friend, rather, and he was just acting out in righteous self-defense. But, of course, the Zog court system is going to sentence him to prison for it. Anyway, yeah, so, like, they did have some video footage, and the security guard does reach out and touch. He either grabbed his neck or he grabbed his shoulder. I don't know exactly. And so some people are trying to make the case that, oh, look, it's legitimate self-defense. Like, he touched his friend. And then, but okay, Sewell, first off, the first time so the security guard touches the guy for 2-3 seconds. He has his hands on him, and then he lets go. And Sewell comes in and fucking pummels this guy after he's let go. Like, his first touch was after the security guard let go. So you could be like, maybe the initial engagement was self-defense, but like getting on top of a guy and fucking punching a dude's lights out. I don't think he punched his lights out. He didn't go unconscious. But like, it was pretty intense pummeling he gave this guy. It's like, at that point, that's not self-defense. I mean, I know in the eyes of white nationalist Nazis, everything they do is self-defense, no matter how violent it is. It's like, you know, they're under attack and they're just defending themselves. I know it's kind of their MO, but it's like, all right, that wasn't necessary. When someone's let go, you know, they're not a threat anymore. And plus, as the judge accurately said, you know, these guys precipitated this confrontation by, you know, acting very confrontational, coming down to the television station and everything. So, what does that mean for Mr. Sewell? I guess he faces a maximum of 2 years. And I don't know anything about Australian justice, but I'll probably do a few months or something, 6 months, I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure he'll keep up to his same antics. What does he do, like nationalist gardening or whatever the fuck these guys do? Who knows? Yeah, the other interesting news was this docs about Hillary, what's her name again? Hillary Sargent. They came out with a new, the account that they say is hers came out with a response of like how it couldn't be her because it was live tweeting when she was in court. Like, I really don't think it's her. I think since Nazis are getting doxxed, NJP guys are getting doxxed and getting fired, they got to respond in some way. They're not like competent enough to dox, really. I mean, maybe some people, but they're not competent enough to do an op and dox somebody worth doxing. So they're just kind of like matching somebody with the accounts they hate with someone that they also hate. just so then they're at the receiving end of one of these hate storms. It's kind of crazy, but they'll probably keep doing that too, because they don't have much of a way to respond. It's an interesting tactic that they use. But anyway, I thought these other stories were interesting. As far as like dysfunctional, dissident, white nationalist news goes, it's pretty interesting. You got one guy getting out of prison, starting antics. One guy about to go to prison. And then one guy who was in prison imploding his political party to, do something else. So I thought it would make an interesting video. Anyway, everyone have a good day.